Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Ask an Engineer, our weekly Wednesday show. We do this every week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada, here at the Adafruit factory in downtown Manhattan in Soho, where we do all the manufacturing and design and testing and voting machine analysis and all that.
Quote in the news today, there was a really neat C-SPAN
we were in it.
Broadcast, and the quote, which I'm going to try to use in one of our like Google reviews. You can add extensions and review extensions in AdWords. Anyways, the quote is, this little thing saved the day, $15 made in New York.
That's right. It was made right here.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that later.
So you have something to look forward to. Yeah. But it's exciting times here. We got all sorts of news and products and videos and guides. We have a full hour of joy and fun, and we'll be giving away something at the end. So let's kick it off. Okay.
Tonight's code is Radiofruit. 10% off in the Adafruit store all the way to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, except for gift certificates and AdaBox. Code is Radiofruit. It supports us, an open source hardware company, and this is our photo from Ada Lovelace Day. We'll talk about Ada Lovelace Day, but if you just want to see Adafruit, some of the people, go to our site. Also look at our Ada Lovelace Day coverage. These are just some of the people who work at Adafruit, but when you purchase something, this is where it goes. It supports us, an open source hardware company in New York City. We make electronics. I saw it on C-SPAN, it must be true.
Yeah.
Okay. Show and tell, people around the world showing and sharing their projects. Packed mailbags and stop by. Time travel. Manufacturing videos. 3D printing. New products. We'll answer your questions. Got sort of a top secret thing. Give some away. All that and more on Ask an Engineer. Okay. All right. Radiofruit. That's the code. Okay. Programming note. Ask an Engineer every Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
We're doing that right now, live. That's what you're watching.
Show and tell every Wednesday, 7:30.
We just finished that.
If you check out before 11 a.m. and you're in New York City, you know where these electronics are made, you can get same-day delivery. Or $200 more, you can, of course, get free UPS ground. I'll be talking about the freebie stuff in a bit, but that's the shipping stuff. On checkout, we also have DHL as an option. We also have
Canada.
We also have more options for UPS now too.
Yeah. Oh, so you have UPS and DHL both have this really awesome system where we can get
prepaid
all the
customs fees,
tariffs and taxes and everything taken care of. So when you get the package, you get the package. There's no delivery hiccups. Go straight to you.
Okay. I'll talk about freebies in a moment because Lady Ada is going to now talk about show and tell.
Okay. Yes, we had a lot of people for the show and tell, so I'll kick that off right now.
Okay.
Okay. So we start off with some Adafruit folks. JP. People are back from all sorts of conferences and events, and we're kicking back into guide gear. JP is going to be doing a project tomorrow for JP's workshop, a Screaming Cauldron preview. So it's a cauldron that you can put candy in. It has a sensor in it and some lights in which you stick your hand in it. It screams and flashes really brightly, and he shut it off a little bit. Check in his live stream tomorrow, and he'll have a guide in the next couple of days as well. Noah and Pedro also talked about this week's 3D Hangouts project was a portable Qi charger, because the new iPhone 8 has a Qi or key charging, like wireless charging thingy, and so now you can make a portable one. You can use USB or key, so it's kind of nice. It's like very convenient if you're traveling. You can take this portable charger and you don't have to plug in. Scott also is working on SAMD51. Those chips are kind of coming our way. So the SAMD51 Cortex M4 chipset for CircuitPython and for Arduino, we're working on it, and he's doing USB debugging. He's got Wireshark hooked up to a Beagle USB analyzer, and he's going to be figuring that out. So he's talking about a little path between that he's making for Beagle to Wireshark. You kind of have to make a custom program. So he'll be doing that. And then he also wanted to talk about CircuitPython dev community meetup we have on Discord. I don't remember exactly when it is, but it's every week. I think it's on Tuesday. So if you are interested in CircuitPython development, either you're a beginner, you're just like curious, or maybe you want to contribute, or you just want to know what's going on, it's recorded on YouTube, and also it's on Discord. So check that out. Log into Discord.
I think it's a big deal because, you know, we're at the beginning of something that's already being used a lot, CircuitPython, and it's a chance to participate. So if you're an educator, if you're a developer, or if you're someone who just wants to make projects, or maybe you've never been part of an open source project. This is kind of the coolest group of people. That's nice, and we make sure that's part of it. We've been through every open source.
Chill.
Yeah, we've been through every open source community, and a lot of them work and a lot of them don't. And so we have a lot of things that I think folks will enjoy participating, no matter what the skill level, no matter how they're getting into electronics or coding. So just check it out. It's neat.
Yes.
Okay.
Big ups to that. So yeah, if you have bug reports or requests or things, you have questions, this is your time. And we also had some other people from the community show up. Becca went to a maker fair and was showing off some stuff and got a job offer to work at an escape room company. So she's making escape room projects with relays and water sensors. Kind of neat. So we're going to be seeing more escape room projects. There's actually 2 escape room projects in this video stream. Blitz City made a cool Pi thermal camera, used an AMG 8833 sensor and bicubic interpolation to make it look like it's a higher resolution camera. And she's pointing it at her cats, at the fridge, at the computer, telling all sorts of temperatures. It's a really good time using our Pi thermal camera code. And she said it worked really well, so that's nice. Pablo is from the Dominican Republic, and he worked on a Hacktober project for DigitalOcean. It's an Ohm's law calculator that works on a desktop. A really good project in shell scripting, learning how to program, how to take input, calculate stuff. It even manages to parse in milliamps or millivolts properly, so that's really nice. So he's going to, I guess, submit it to their Hacktober project, which is cool. Jeff and 2 folks in his family are working on Halloween costumes. They've got a portal gun, and this was a project from 2 years ago, but this year they made it even better with the feather. Better with a feather. It's better with feather.
Better with feather.
Better with feather and 0.
Yeah.
It has a sound.
That was one of the taglines.
Better with feather.
Yeah. In the close second, I can't believe
it's not feather.
It's not feather.
It has sound effects. It works really well. I'm glad that the feather and 0 is working out for you.
Yeah.
Daniel is a teacher, and he made a riddle box using Circuit Playground. So it had these cubes that you could rotate, and they beep, and then it'll tell you like a number based on like what side, and then there's a riddle, and then you have to turn the cubes into the right orientation, and then if you listen to the beeps, they tell you how to open up the box because it's like in number code. And it's for a classroom with STEM, so it's kind of neat. I like that. It's like it's really easy to like put a Circuit Playground into stuff and then program it to sense motion and things. Roberto is using OpenSCAD to make a creeper. Sounds bad. It sounds like that. It's a Pi 0 creeper cam, but it looks like a Minecraft creeper, and it has the camera in the face, so you can stand it up, and the face is like looking out at you. It uses a PowerBoost 500 and a cylinder battery in a case, and he made an OpenSCAD enclosure for it. So that's cool. And then he's going to show off a virtual reality project next week, so stick around. Adam got his SEM isn't working, but he's going to work on it. There's going to be a teardown stream right after this stream for a leak detector that he got that he just wants to take apart. And he's getting this new GL ultra fancy new stem. It just looks amazing and awesome and better than ever. He's going to be picking that up in the next couple of weeks and chat a little bit about the challenges with that. You got to get the vacuum down, or up, I guess, and then haul it over to his place. But hopefully there'll be even more SEM action. And then C. Scott, we've been waiting 30 years to chat with him about the new Blade Runner. He said it's amazing. He said see it in IMAX. He talked about the synthesizer that was used, the CS80. And he talked about how Hans Zimmer did the sort of environmental soundtrack. There's no lyrics; it's just environmental music.
I don't think there's any better movie reviewer of Blade Runner.
No,
than C. Scott.
He's the only
making
one.
the hardware. He does this stuff. He plays the music.
He makes the synthesizer,
and that's why I wanted to ask you, what did you think?
I mean, he's been playing the CS80 and like mimicking Blade Runner sounds for like what, 8 years now?
Yeah.
I think nobody waited longer.
I think really specialized movie reviews like this is what people ultimately want, because like in the end it's like, oh, Rotten Tomatoes, like who cares?
Yeah, he's just some guy. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, not Rotten Tomatoes, but like most people are like.
Well, it's just like
they don't love it. They don't care.
Well, I think as we move to a society of like just click and like or like no thought or anything.
She was sexy. He was. I didn't like his accent.
Yeah. So I think this is better because there's someone who's cared about the music and the hardware and how it's made. Anyways, good movie review. on Show and Tell this week.
and soundtrack review.
Yeah.
Okay.
All participants on the Show and Tell get an As Seen on Show and Tell sticker. Email support@adafruit.com. We'll send you one. Part of our Adafruit live series of videos. We're on Discord. If you're watching this and you're not on Discord, you're missing out. A thriving community of thousands of people sharing their projects 24/7. It's the hackerspace you can bring your granddaughter to,
Yeah.
is the quote people told us. So check it out.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's talk about free deals, because I want to get that out of the way.
Freebies.
Yeah.
We turn them on.
So that's a code.
Radio Fruit.
But you'll notice something new on checkout.
What's new?
Well, Lady is going to tell you.
I'm going to tell you.
What do they get?
We have freebies. So we like to turn these on in the winter because people are shopping and they want to give away gifts and stuff. But also we have some really cool things that we want to give away. And what I like is we're mixing it up. We're not giving away the same old. We're giving away the same new. I think that didn't really work out. But you know what I mean. So $99 or more, you get a free Adafruit Perma Proto half-size breadboard. These are really, really useful. Once you build your project on a breadboard, you can then take it and solder it onto this Perma Proto, and it has the same layout, so it's really easy to transfer your project. People really love these, and you can never have enough. So you get one with any order of $99 or more. If you place an order and the total is $149 or more, you're going to get a free Trinket M0. This is our fancy new Trinket. It comes with CircuitPython. You can also use it with Arduino. It has a SAMD at SAMD21 M0 Cortex M0 processor. Runs at 48 megahertz. It's got 256K of flash, 32K of RAM. Runs at 48 megahertz. It's a speed demon compared to the old Trinket. You can do almost anything you want with it. It's got the same power as an Arduino Zero, but it's the size of your thumbnail. So people can build some really cool projects with it. You can even build some old Trinket projects or design new ones and try out CircuitPython as well. For orders $200 or more, we have UPS ground shipping continental US as normal. For orders $249 or more, you get a free Adafruit Gemma M0. It's a sewable version of the same chip that's in that Trinket M0. Again, super powerful, great for small wearables or projects. Use alligator clips to connect to it. It's great for beginners, has a battery plug, on-off switch. People love building small projects with it. It's really easy to solder to if you don't want to use alligator clips. Also comes with CircuitPython, or you can use with Arduino. And then for orders $299 or more, you'll get a free Adafruit Circuit Playground Express. So this is our jam-packed, has everything in it, wearable or sewable clip. Prototype has like a dozen sensors and capacitive touch and buttons and accelerometers. It can run MakeCode, which we'll talk about shortly, CircuitPython, or Arduino. So you have 3 choices of how you want to use your Circuit Playground Express from the very beginner to the most advanced user. So what's really neat is, of course, if you place an order for $299 or more, you get all of the things from before. Like you'll get a Trinket and a Perma Proto and the free shipping and the Gem and Circuit Playground Express. So we like to jam pack it with the most freebie.
I have a favor to ask the community.
What?
I have a favor. I don't ask a lot of favors, but I do. So here's another thing. You know, I was just talking about maybe 3 and 5 star reviews of movies and like a like or dislike button. A lot of people care about a lot of stuff, and as a society, we've decided maybe that's okay. Well, you know what? Maybe that isn't okay. Maybe the care that we put into things matters more. So there is a race to the bottom for every company with a crappy form of free shipping and selling things below margin or whatever. So what we've decided to do is, instead of dumping money in things that have no real permanent value, we can give away free stuff with orders. So if we make this work, and we have done it before, it means that maybe we can change things. It means that maybe instead of getting, a very crappy form of free shipping like the SurePost stuff where it really doesn't...
You get in 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you're always... Now you're wasting your time, and you're disappointed, and, that's expensive itself. But what if you got something in your order like a Trinket or a Circuit Playground or a Perma Proto or all the things that you could have that for years, and it might unlock an entire lifetime of adventures for you.
Yeah, these are great gifts also, but they're also just the smallest microcontrollers we have that are really useful for projects. So we think hard about like what do we want to give away. We used to give away like Pro trinkets and the other smaller trinkets. We've given away Raspberry Pis and stuff, but we wanted to make sure that what we give away is like useful for people, because we don't want to give away stuff that people are like, oh, I have no use for it. I'll just throw it out.
I'll give you a good example. Let's say we did a Super Bowl commercial. Okay, Adafruit does a Super Bowl commercial. I'm sure it would be interesting for a day what happened. Adable.
Yeah.
Code's Radio Fruit
Yes.
at the Radio Bowl, at the Fruit Bowl.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting. But besides like maybe a YouTube video that's left over, or like maybe someone remembers it,
It's gone.
that budget, that money that's gone forever. So imagine getting physical things in someone's hands. So we think this is a good idea. I think we're the first electronic site like us to do it. So just tell your friends, tell other people, because if we can change things, one company at a time, and we notice things do change. We announced that we were doing paid time off for charity for our employees, and CEOs now all over the world, not just the U.S., have contacted me and said, hey, can I see what you're doing and show that to my company? Some are doing it. So anyways, we have a shot together. There's a few of us now.
Yay.
Also hit like and subscribe. Okay, so
So anyway, that's a freebie. So we turn that on.
Yeah.
We're going to run it as long as possible. We're going to try to keep everything in stock. If it isn't, it'll tell you, hey, we have something different. Maybe there's a substitute, or if that item isn't available. We'll do our very, 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 very best to have them in stock all the way through to the end of the year. That's our goal. So, yeah.
More stuff. Videos. JP this week. The video that he did last week. This is the Clockwork goggles with Circuit Python. And then this week, he has a special preview. And this is for his upcoming project. So
The Screaming Cauldron.
The Screaming Cauldron. Let's play the trailer. Okay, I actually had two favors this week. If you have a Circuit Playground Express, the M0, go to makecode.adafruit.com, plug it in, and just do a fun project. That's my request. We worked a bunch on this, and a lot of people have Circuit Playground Express. They use it. In fact, I think they use it more than other things, but I don't know for sure. But here's one thing I can know for sure. Y'all are going to try it out. So you have a Circuit Playground Express, try it out.
Try things out and let us know how it goes.
Yeah. All right, mailbag. Mailbag. Oops. Okay, we read these letters at State of the Fruit, and Lady Ada is going to read this letter for you.
Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a giant note of thanks from an engineer, hobbyist, nerd, geek, fan. Adafruit Industries rocks. From cool parts, awesome blogs, tons of info, and an accessible style that reinforces the fun factor. You folks are just so completely awesome. Cheers, Rita. Thanks,
Okay.
Rita.
You can
nice
call
note.
us. That phone will ring later. But you can call us and leave a nice voicemail message.
Whenever you like.
Yeah, we play those too. All right, time travel. Look back. That's an engineer. Time travel time.
You time traveled like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're back. Okay. Time travel. Look back in the world of hackers, makers, artists, and engineers. It was Ada Lovelace
Yeah.
Day. Woo!
Every year, October 10th. It's
Yeah.
the 10/10.
So not only did we do a company photo with some of the women who work here at Adafruit, but we have a ton of blog posts, 24 plus altogether. Check them out and more. Also, upcoming IoT Virtual Bootcamp. You're going to be doing this November 14th to 16th. Details on Hackster, Microsoft, and our site. We'll be doing a live broadcast.
I'm the one with the beard, in case you can't tell.
That's right.
It's
Okay.
an epic beard.
Yeah. Lots of things going on right now. Also, a friend of ours, when you went to the White House, remember that thing you did last year? White
That
House?
thing, yeah.
And they deleted you off the site this year?
Yeah.
I remember.
I remember that.
Can't take that memory away.
No.
We did get souvenirs. Speaking of my, it's a good idea. We got souvenirs.
We did.
Well, you got a signed thing from the president.
I got signed from
That's
the
real.
president. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was super real.
I got a magic marker.
Yeah,
I got a water bottle.
Sharpie.
Yeah.
And we got a water bottle.
Yeah.
And you got a pen.
I took some stuff, some napkins that had a seal.
Oh, I have my sign that says reserved.
Yeah.
'Cause that's funny.
Okay.
I mean, it might have been thrown out, but it used to be on my desk.
But there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, it's September, so it's like every event's going on. It's like something day. But our friend Andrew Coy and people who work at this specific organization, Digital Harbor Foundation in Baltimore, said our youth created this video with help from
Wide Angle
M, which I think is the Twitter account for the folks who made the video, to encourage girls to pursue STEM and follow their dreams. Emailed, they said, hey, can you help get the word out? And I said, you know what, we're just going to play it on the show. So what we're going to do.
They laugh at us, dismiss us, harass us. They say we're neurotic, uninterested, and lack the mental capacity to become programmers, engineers, game developers, and web designers. They ask, what are you doing here? And we'll say, we're here to make, to create, to learn, to push boundaries, to teach each other, to lift each other up. Because girls, we have a problem. Only 24% of employees in math, science, technology, and engineering are women. And even fewer of us are minorities. Because by the age of 6, we're already making choices based on stereotypes. That boys are smarter, that they work harder, that our brains aren't wired for math and science, that girls just don't get technology. So girls, we have a message for you. The world needs us. It needs us to code, to print, to calculate, to solder, to build, to investigate. It needs us to work together, to try and fail and try again. So let's stand up. Let's find solutions. Learn languages. Master new technology. Because the world needs girls of every age, every background, every race, to work together, make together, solve problems together. Girls, this is your day, your week, your year, your lifetime. So pull out some graph paper, log onto a computer, wire a circuit, create a model. Let's get ready to do great things. Because girls, we aren't just changing the world, we're creating the future.
Okie dokie. So we got the word out.
Nice video.
Yep.
Okay.
Open source hardware company. That's us. 1,299
Really?
guides, yeah.
1,300 guide is the next one? Okay, I've got a guide coming up, so that'll be...
What are the guides?
That'll be sweet. Sorry. We have a couple guides. We've got that Joy controller for the Adafruit Feather. That's from last week's 3D Hangouts project, so check that out. You can build your very own 3D printed game controller with little eyes that follow you. We've got the glowing beehive hairdo wig. That's from Erin. It's just an adorable wig, but what's really interesting about this is she took a circuit playground and she figured out a way to melt / glue fiber optic, like thick fiber optic pieces onto it to create like this wig that has these flickering fiber optics through them, but usually it's a real pain to use fiber optics. With this, she can use the NeoPixels on the circuit playground, and she like designed a holder for it. So even if you don't want a wig, check it out just for the really funky fiber optic techniques. We have the portable key charger. That's this week's Noah and Pedro's project, handy for you iPhone 8 owners. And we have a new MakeCode guide from Pelly. It's synchronizing fireflies. This is a really cool project because it uses MakeCode and it's just drag and drop programming. And if you have 3 or more circuit playgrounds, what they do is they will flash like fireflies out of sync, and they'll slowly synchronize up even though there's no bidirectional communication. It kind of simulates the way fireflies sync up, or crickets, they chirp together. So check that out. It's neat because it uses just the light sensor and the built-in NeoPixel lights to create a synchronizing display. I remember when I was in high school, I saw a demo at MIT where they used little microcontrollers. This was like, 98 or 97, and they used microcontrollers to do the same simulation. But each board was like $50. Now it's like an easy demo.
Yeah, and it was so complicated.
It was so complicated. You had to like do it in assembly. Now it's just like drag and drop. And what's neat is you can also see how the MakeCode appears inside the browser. So you don't even have to go to a separate site. You can actually start programming within the guide itself.
The electronics market is always neat to look at because I think, so we're going to this Kickstarter event and we always try to help out like, hey, here's a hardware Kickstarter that's probably not going to work out. And like, how do you know? One of the things that's true, if you really want to have a successful technology endeavor, it seems like making it lower cost and easier to use is always a good strategy. Like always.
Yeah.
You had to be at MIT with like unlimited everything and like, look, I made a jar blank, and that was so incredibly challenging and the worst. Now, I handed someone a Circuit Playground Express, and they did something. They're like, I'm bored. I want to do more. Because they said, hey, just like, and they're like, oh yeah, I made it do a rainbow already. It makes sound. I want to do more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you can look at guides now. So it was like so easy just to do that. Like that technology, Circuit Playground Express, transports in 1998.
No, now it's literally
Bonkers.
a grade school project.
Yeah, it's cool.
Instead of a handy board. Not that I have anything against handy boards. They were great, but they were really expensive.
Okay, Aaron did a video. We're gonna play it.
We have.
Tin the pads on the in end of your NeoPixel strip. Cut 3 wires about 6 inches long. Strip a tiny bit off one end and solder them carefully to the NeoPixel strip. Strip about 1/4 inch off the other end of the wires. Attach red to VBAD, white to pin 6, and black to ground. Solder all 3 wires in place. Plug in a battery and be sure your lights come on. Slip a small piece of clear 1/2 inch heat shrink over each end of the NeoPixel strip. Fill the ends with hot glue and use a heat gun to secure the heat shrink over the wet glue. Cut your LED light pipe to length. Use your heat gun to gently melt the light pipe until it becomes gooey. Press the liquid light pipe down over one of the NeoPixels on the Circuit Playground and hold it in place until the light pipe cools down and firms up. Pull it off and add some super glue to the bottom of the light pipe. Line it back up with the LED and hold it in place until the glue dries. Give a gentle tug to make sure it's attached tightly. Cut 2 small squares of craft foam. Super glue the Circuit Playground onto one of them. Super glue the other onto the back on 3 sides to make a pocket for the battery. Plug your battery extension cable into the Circuit Playground and plug in your battery to the other end. Test to be sure it's all working, and then slip the battery inside the pocket. Turn your wig inside out and secure the NeoPixel strip face down on the front of the wig. Sew the craft foam over the light strip and sew the switch along the side seam. Finally, clip some tiny holes in the wig cap and slide the light pipe through to the outside.
All right. So
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, today was interesting
Why?
because every day is interesting.
Oh.
So I saw this C-SPAN video was tweeted to us
Using the tweets?
using the Twitter machine, which is for journalists and complaining about stuff.
Pretty much.
But once in a while, someone alerts you to something cool. So a security researcher pointed us to this company that makes, it's called ES&S, and they make voting machines. Cool. This is what the voting machines look like. And if you're like in the US or wherever you are, you probably care about voting. And you and I've talked about this. For like 10 years, I'm like, hey, open source voting machines, like we have to get it done.
That'd be really cool.
It's on my to-do list. I'll get there later. But one of the reasons is because they seem like it's very easy to hack them, change things, and it would be undetectable. So
It was like this was from a DEF CON hardware hacking village, right? This was the.
it was a voting security
Yeah.
event with like, muckety mucks, like
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like government folks. So so this is the voting machine, and they used one of these. What is this?
This is the FT232H. So this is a general purpose USB to I2C SPI GPIO converter. It just makes it really easy for you to be able to, normally you use a microcontroller, but this lets you program it in Python. So you can very quickly do tests and iterations, and you have a lot of pins, so you can do a lot of different things. You can do JTAG through it as well. It's kind of an overall, it's like a Swiss Army knife. It's a very useful little tool that does a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I was going to try to grab the video. Didn't have time. But I got a screenshot. So it's always fun is when you see your products on C-SPAN.
Being
Dun,
held
dun,
up.
dun.
Yeah, so this person, so they were, from the organizer for the DEF CON voting village. They were looking at investigating voting machines, and this is,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, are these like high-end tools? And he's like, this one was, this is what we used, and it was
This
made
is
in
what
New
saved
York.
the day. $15.
$15, yeah.
New York.
It's just a nice general purpose
Yeah.
analysis tool.
Yeah. So anyways, so I wrote about it. I'll follow it up. Maybe we might make this a citizen engineer article for 2600
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
or an episode. Okay. Well, on with the show. We would like to do this reminder, but this week it's a special reminder. So DigiKey, buy one, give one girls a code.
Buy a Circuit Playground Classic at DigiKey, and we will give one to Girls Who Code. So you get twice the Circuit Playground, one for you and one for someone else.
And speaking of DigiKey, Maker.io, Maker Faire, you interviewed someone.
I did. I had Allie. She interviewed me, and then I interviewed her.
Right.
You can't get away with just one way.
So
So,
we're going to debut this video.
yes.
It's Allie, she wants to be an engineer. Interviewed you. 8 minutes, worth every second. Great questions.
Yes. She's the best interviewer I've ever had.
That is true. It's true.
It's true.
I've been behind the scenes.
You've been there.
It's true. Maybe only 11-year-olds are allowed to ask politicians or business leaders questions. I think we'd
You get straight to the point.
I think we'd get to the
Well,
the obvious answers.
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, I'm Allie Weber, and this is,
Lamore Freed.
and I am interviewing her today.
Where are we?
We're at Adafruit Industries. Were you always interested in engineering and making?
I always really liked making stuff, but I didn't know I wanted to be an engineer. Like, I really liked taking apart stuff and making things, but it wasn't until I went to school and I studied engineering that I realized I like that part of it too. I like the math part and the rigor of it. What about you? Do you like making, engineering?
I really like making ever since I was really little. I always messed around with cardboard and hot glue guns, and then I got into the more engineering with boards and soldering and stuff like that when I was older. When did you know that this was what you wanted to do?
Like run Adafruit?
Yes.
Well, I guess the way it started is, I was in school, and when you're in school, you do this terrible thing called a thesis. And you don't want to do it, but you have to do it. And I was avoiding doing it by making video games and making stuff and all the stuff that you like to do and I like to do. And as I was making these projects, people kept contacting me and saying, hey, will you sell me a kit of these parts? And then after I graduated, I realized I don't want to get a job because it's horrible. So I thought instead, maybe I'll just make a company where I do what I like to do, which is making kits and projects, and I'll sell them to people, and maybe I can make a little bit more money on the selling than I spend on the making, and it's going to work out. And it did.
Cool. So were you always confident that it would work out?
No. It's terrifying. There's lots of times where you're like, is this going to work out? It's really scary. You have lots of highs and lows. They call it sort of like the roller coaster of entrepreneurship. Some days you're like, everything's a failure. It's not going to work out. I need to go get a job. And some days you're like, I am queen of the world. And, you just kind of have to learn to surf those emotional waves. But overall, I'm feeling like it's working out.
Cool. What was it like to study at MIT?
Really hard. The saying of MIT is IHTFP, which is, I hate this freaking place. It's really hard. But it's also really satisfying because when you set yourself up to a challenge, do something really hard, like go to MIT and graduate, do that thesis, and you do it, you're like, I did it. And that must mean that I'm good at it and I was successful. So it's hard, but having done it, I'm really glad that I did it.
Cool. What is your favorite board or boards you've created and most proud of, and why?
My favorite right now is, I think, the Circuit Playground, and that's a board that can run CircuitPython, which is my new favorite programming language. Every girl has to have a favorite programming language, and that's mine. What I like about it is it's got all these sensors and things built into it, because I had a lot of students and kids contact me and say, I want to do electronics, but I don't want to have to wire and solder because it gets really complicated. It gets complicated. A loose wire, and you think it's your code, but it's really the wire. And so I decided to make something where everything is built in together, and that way it's really easy for people to get started. So right now, I'm most excited about that.
Cool. And what are your favorite projects that you've made using that board?
Ooh, okay. Favorite projects. Well, we have this really cool Magic Wand kit, which I really like, and that uses MakeCode or CircuitPython. Other projects I like is for Halloween, we made a neat pumpkin, and you put the Circuit Playground inside, and it makes it look like there's a candle flickering inside. So that's like very festive coming up on Halloween. All of late September and October is Halloween, by the way. It's 6 weeks long. Other projects I like, we had these cool circuit walker sneakers that Tony D did, where when you walk or you dance, they light up and flicker. We have sound reactive, bow ties and ties and clothing. I think there's a woman at Maker Faire who made a prom dress with a Circuit Playground for her prom event, and she had the coolest dress by far.
That would be really cool to wear to prom.
Yeah. Oh, to Maker Faire, so maybe we'll see her this weekend.
Cool. Who were your role models when you were younger?
My role models were, I definitely think, my parents and my sisters. I have 3 sisters, and they're all really creative in different ways. And they kind of showed me it's cool to just get some paper mache and some cardboard and hot glue, just like you did, and just make something fun. So I think they kind of inspired me the most.
That's really cool. What advice do you have for young makers like yourself? Or myself, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not so young anymore. But my biggest advice, and this is something that isn't really taught in schools, is I think sometimes when you start in the maker community or like any group, you compare yourself to like the biggest and the best thing you can see. So if you're starting to cosplay, you'll see like videos of people at Comic-Con. You'll be like, wow, I'm trying to do cosplay, and like this person just like, they look just like the character. They have the makeup and the outfit and the sword, and it glows. Like, how can I do that? And it's okay to have a little bit of that fear and apprehension. But when you're starting out, don't try, have a goal of having something big, but do small projects and redo projects you've seen. Like, you don't have to be original. Originality comes later after you've gained skill with the material. So it's totally okay to copy and clone and make variants of what you see out there. That's like why we do open source hardware here, is so you can do that.
Right, and then everybody can share what they're doing with other people.
Yeah, and then you remix it. So like you might build a project kind of like what you see on like the Learning System or on, Hackster or on Maker.io, but then after you finish the project, you're like, oh, I want to change the colors, I want to change the design, and that's when you're going to put your creativity in, and then you'll do more and more of that until you're suddenly making your own original projects.
And then everybody learns and everybody's happy.
Yes.
I'm really excited to go to Maker Faire this weekend with DigiKey. When were you first introduced to DigiKey, and how have they helped you as a maker and engineer?
DigiKey's kind of interesting because they're this catalog company, and they actually used to have a catalog. All right, it's like a phone book. You don't even know what a phone book is? Okay, there's this gigantic book that they'd send you, and you'd flip through it, and so that was kind of fun because you'd get ideas for parts and projects. And I would look in the back of magazines, like we had electronics magazines, and they'd say, oh, you can build this like DTMF decoder or like this relay timer kit project. And so what was neat is they'd usually have DigiKey part numbers, and so you would actually call on the phone 1-800-DigiKey, and a really nice person from Minnesota would answer, and then you'd actually just tell them the numbers you wanted and give them your credit card number, and like they'd ship you a box. This was like kind of before the internet. And it worked really well. I got all my parts, and I was actually able to build projects. So this, there was no other way to get parts. Like you could kind of go to Radio Shack, but they didn't have all the really weird parts. Right. They only had the most common parts. So like the fact that you could call somebody on the phone and get access to like 1 million parts made any project really easy. It would show up in a couple days. So that was really cool.
Right. That sounds really cool.
Yay. All right. And so you're going to Maker Faire, right?
Yes.
And what are you doing there?
I am going to be helping out DigiKey and interviewing other people like I am now.
Oh, that's neat. All right, is there anything you want to see at Maker Faire?
I'm really excited to see the heavy metal dragon.
Sounds like fun. All right,
yeah.
well, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
I'll be there, you'll be there, we'll hang out there. Maybe we'll find this lady with the prom dress in the circuit playground. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, well, thanks for coming and visiting.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, handshake. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, and we got some manufacturing videos
That was fun.
from the same place that video was filmed.
I know.
Adafruit Factory. Here we go. All right, and then we did a couple other time lapses with our 360 camera, so you can kind of see even more. This is a board loader. You put boards in it.
Yeah, and it pops them out one at a time.
Yeah, boop.
Very convenient.
Loads them.
Boop, 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 boop.
Another one of the board loader. It's above you.
This is it doing the loading.
Yeah. Hi.
Sometimes they're called destackers
Yeah.
because there's a stack and they de-stackify it.
Here's an upside up. oven view. Okay, 3D printing. All the projects that are fit to print. Or not, doesn't matter, we'll still do it. Noah and Pedro have the portable
Key charger.
key charger this week.
Yes.
Take it away. You wanted an LED skull 3D printed speed up video.
I really want an LED skull.
Okay. Check. Done.
Thank you.
My to-do list is almost done today.
Yay.
Right. Okay, watch Noah Pedro every Wednesday on 3D Hangouts. Play data, it's time, but before we do new products,
yes.
code's Radio Fruit. 10% off Native Store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Get on it tonight, folks, and don't forget you all get the free deals. You can get 10% off and get free deals. It's fine.
Stack them.
All right, dear Shang.
New.
Okay, what do you got this week?
We got a whole bunch of new and updated things. So we got 2 books. First book is Learn Electronics with Arduino. I really like this book. It's really good for beginners. There's a lot of diagrams. It's very well illustrated. It goes nice and slowly. I like the detail that they went into everything. So yeah, check out this book. It doesn't have, you know, tons and tons and tons of different projects, but the things it does do, it does very, very well.
Okay, next up, another book.
This is Getting Started with Microbit from Make. So it's kind of like the first microbit book that we've seen that we're like, hey, this is kind of a nice book. It mostly covers MicroPython, but people tend to like MicroPython with a microbit, so I think that's a good way to start. And it also shows you how to use it with MakeCode and even embed. So if you want to go like really advanced, check that out. MicroPython is kind of what people seem to enjoy using, so I thought it was neat that they focused on that. And then don't forget, we have a guide on how you can use your microbit with Arduino, in case you're interested.
Okay.
So this is a good companion for your microbit Go. We have, it's a little bit of a straggler. We put all the other colors of these LED arcade buttons in, and the yellow was not very bright, so I asked the factory to remake them and make them brighter, and they did, and I'm actually kind of happy with them. So these are in the shop now. Can I go to the overhead and I'll show them off? Ooh, that's my drink. So yeah, you can sort of see there's a LED behind it, and the LED is you know, separate from the button. There's 2 pins for the button, 2 pins for the LEDs, but it's a nice little arcade, you know, button. You can use it just like any other arcade button. It, you know, easily to attach to anything, and you know, plug into your arcade controller, or just you have an interface you want to use. And I like the little LED. There you go. Comes with 2 pieces, really easy to attach. Use our quick connects or whatever you like.
Okay, next up.
This is an update, but it's kind of a big update, so I thought I would talk about this. This is the like room starter module kit. It's the ESP32 starter board from Espressif. This is the board that they made. So a lot of their example code uses this board. This board has been updated. It's pretty much the same, except now instead of the original ESP32 Warover, it now has Waroom. It has the Warover. Yes, the Warover module, which has an extra 4 megabytes of PS RAM. So I know people were asking for the PS RAM version of the module. This is it. So it's a little bit bigger because it has that extra chip on there. But as a benefit, I guess you can do more. You can buffer more memory, and it has just a ton of memory that you can use for whatever you need. You have the processor power for it. You might as well just buffer everything.
Buffer all the data.
Yeah, it's got a display on the back, and it's got SD card, and it's got a JTAG interface, pinouts, power supply, all the goodies.
Okay, next up.
This is a pack for the Pi Zero W. So if you want to get a bunch of Pi Zero Ws to use with our OLED bonnet, this is a good pack to get. You get a Pi Zero W, a header you can solder in, our fully assembled OLED bonnet, as nicely demonstrated here. You can display small bitmap images. It has a 5-way joystick and 2 buttons as well. Plugs right on top. Really good for making little interfaces or little miniature games. So you get it all in one pack at a discount, and you can pick one up and get started.
Okay.
All you need is an SD card.
Next up.
Likewise, we also have a little project pack for the game controller. This is the Joy Bonnet, and it also plugs into a Raspberry Pi Zero W. You can see you can play emulators. The Pi Zero W does a pretty good job emulating Nintendo and Sega games and MAME games and other sort of basic emulation. And the Joy Bonnet plugs right on top and gives you a whole bunch of fun buttons. It's really easy to use with any emulator, and we have full instructions. So this pack, you get everything. All you need is an SD card and a monitor, and you're ready to rock.
Okay. And tonight, the star of the show besides you.
Nozzles!
I mean, all day say that.
Nozzles!
Your to-do list is done now.
Yes, I just wanted to say the word nozzles.
Okay.
It's a 10-pack nozzle kit for our hot air gun. We have these hot air stations. They're really wonderful. They come with 3 nozzles, which is a good start, but it's not a lot of nozzles. And I'll show on the overhead the kind of nozzles you get. So this is, the hot air gun I've got here. And what's nice is it's very easy to replace the nozzles. You just pull them off as long as it's not hot. And, the hot air comes out of here. But if you have these nozzles, things are a little bit easier. So, for example, if you're removing a QFP, like a 4-sided surface mount part, when you put this nozzle on, the air only comes out exactly where you want it to in the 4 slots. And it makes it easier for you to rework a QFP. Or if you have QFNs, with, they have a square shape, and then there's the middle pad that's used for heat sinking or ground pad connection. This is much better because it lets you heat up just that square. And one of the things with hot air is it works really well, but you want to make sure that you don't heat up things that you aren't meaning to remove, because it will just like heat everything. So having really directed heat air is important. These are really well made. They're all nicely welded. You get quite a few of them. You get 10 with different sizes. Use the smallest one you can get away with, and it'll make your rework a lot easier. So we just have these in a nice pack. I think if you're going to get the hot air rework gun that we stock, these nozzles are kind of essential.
Okay.
Really make it a lot more useful.
All right.
We're going
to do a recap.
A recap.
So what were the new products this week, Lady Ada?
Well, we had some wonderful books. Let's start out with the books. We have Learning Electronics with Arduino. This is a lovely graphical book. It's really good for visual learners. We have the Getting Started with Microbit. It's for Microbit with MicroPython, MakeCode, and Embed. Get started with your Microbit. Do everything you want with it. We have a lovely LED arcade button, just like an arcade button, but glowy. We have the new Espressive Rover kit. It comes with an LCD, SD card, and the new Rover module that has 4 megabytes of PS RAM, so you can get started immediately. We have a Pi Zero W with OLED bonnet pack, so you get everything you see here. A Joy Bonnet pack also comes with the Pi Zero W, so you can play awesome arcade games. Just plug on the Joy Bonnet and game away. And of course, the 10-pack hot air nozzles, QFN, QFPs, small, large, everything will be hot aired just the way you like it with this nozzle kit. Works great with our hot air gun.
Good work. And that was the new products for the week. Okay. Yeah, don't forget. Radio Fruits are code if you want to save some cash. You also get free stuff. I got a little bit of a top secret. Don't forget, everybody.
Shit on the overhead?
Well, here's the vault, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Vault first, then top secret. So don't forget, the Discord channel, you want to be there, especially if you want to ask questions in a couple minutes. adafruit.it/discord. So here's our top secret. We're going to be giving away these soon to people in Discord. And this is just the first proof that we got. This is what they are. I'm going to go to the overhead and move those around.
Yeah, they do stickers.
If you're a community helper,
flower,
you get an AdaBot. If you're just hanging out there, probably give you a sticker that's Discord and Adafruit. We got permission from Discord. They were super cool. They're like, this is cool.
Will you be able to buy these?
No, we're going to give them away.
You have to earn them.
Yeah, we'll be dispensing stickers in various ways very soon.
It's easy to earn them.
Yeah.
Just be cool.
Just be chill.
Be chill.
Okay.
Be chill. We'll be chill. We'll
Back in the vault with you, magic stickers.
Yes. They're gone.
Okay. All right. Head over to Discord and ask your questions. That's where we're at right now. That's where we get the questions. All right. Lady Ada.
Yeah.
Let's do some questions.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I got through everything today.
You got through everything.
Yeah.
What's the news about Radio Shack? I don't know. Something going on with Radio Shack? I have to look that one up. Let's see. I was working with capacitive Pi TFT and Pi Zero, but touch wasn't working. I tried to use this. I tried a user space, but without any Wi-Fi, I had to upload it through USB. I got an error that said the command didn't exist. Any ideas?
Sounds like maybe you're in the wrong path, or maybe you didn't install one of the tools you need. This is a good one to post in the forums, and we'll help you out, because we post a screenshot of what you're seeing, and we'll be able to tell you. Oftentimes it's just, hey, you have to pip install something or apt-get install something.
Does the station support different nozzles?
You can plug in any nozzle you like, as long as it's the right diameter, but all of these are the right diameter, so you can just swap them out. You can even swap them out while it's on, as long as you use pliers so you don't burn yourself.
Yeah. Did Adafruit buy Radio Shack? Probably email those type of questions to Radio Shack. Or watch our blog. Let's see. Still trying to figure out Discord. Generally, you're doing good.
Discord's doing good.
How bad of an idea is it to try to resolder the lead on my LiPo battery? It's the PID 1578.
You know, if you have a good soldering station and you're an expert, it's not too bad. I've done it. You just put a little bit of solder and you just tack it and do it really, really fast. If soldering isn't your super skill, I would, dispose of it properly and just pick up another one.
Okay. Here's a wonderful question. Favorite dessert? Well, what's that phrase? Revenge is a dessert best served cold.
Usually dish.
Yeah.
But desserts can be cold too.
As long as it has Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
As long as it has Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Is it better to get a preloaded Noobs SD card, or should they make one themselves?
I just make your own because, it gets updated so fast that by the time we put in the Noobs cards, they're updated. Use Etcher, which is what I use, and it's pretty foolproof.
Okay. Can you recommend a good oscilloscope for a beginning circuit builder?
The Regals that we have in the shop, they're a couple $100s, are actually a pretty good deal. I would recommend that. They're good oscilloscopes, but they're also very affordable.
Okay. What's a good budget under $300 3D printer for a beginner?
A simple print.
Yeah.
Printer.
You also
printer
check.
bot.
Tune into Noah and Pedro's live hangouts because it does change a lot. But if we're stocking something that's $300, a 3D printer, it's the best one because we've tried them all.
Or a kit. DIY your own.
Okay. What's the difference between a power boost and a buck boost?
A buck boost. Oh, a power boost is just a booster, so it'll take only lower voltages and convert them to higher voltages. A buck boost is a special kind of chip that can take lower or higher and convert it to middle. And so you're probably wondering, if you have something that can do lower or higher, why not just use that all the time? They're more expensive and they're often not as efficient. So if you know that your voltage is going to be lower, boost converter is going to be less expensive, more efficient, you can get more power. Whereas a buck boost, they're kind of only good for you're within a volt or two of the target voltage you want.
All right. Remember, if you want to ask questions, the Discord, even if we're not here. But we'll see if there's any more questions before we do a giveaway. So that goes.
Yes.
I think it's time for a giveaway, Lady Ada.
Yeah.
Let's give something away. We want to give away this week.
This week, I'm going to give away one of our Joy Bonnet packs. Actually, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to give away a Joy Bonnet pack. I think if we have this in stock. Yeah, I think we have something.
We're going to do a test with the phone now. We have telephone.
Okay.
Telephone. Okay. Let's give some away. What are the rules?
Rules are if you've won something before on this fabulous show, you can't win again. Only one winner per my lifetime. The first person to call the phone number and I answer and you answer and I ask you your name, where you're calling from, and a project you're working on or you want to work on gets the prize. So you have to call the number, you have to be there when I pick up the phone, don't hang up, and answer 3 questions and I will give you a Joy Bonnet I0W pack.
Okay. Well, the phone lines are open.
So call this number.
On BitStab.
Can I ask you your name, where you're calling from, and a project you're working on? What you want to work on?
Let's see if this phone rings.
If you can do that, you can win.
All right.
Hello, you've reached Ask Engineer, and you're the winner. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, you're the winner.
Oh, yay.
Yay! What's your name and where you're calling from?
I am Caleb Steven, and I'm from Roxbury, New Jersey.
Okay, Caleb. Well, congratulations. You're the winner of this fabulous Raspberry Pi pack. What's the project that you're working on or that you want to work on?
So I'm working on a Raspberry Pi laptop project, and I'm just running it. I'm trying to get Noobs and Raspbian to run on it, so that's one of the projects.
Cool. Well, now you're going to have an extra Raspberry Pi Zero that you can use to practice your Raspberry Pi action on. So congratulations, Caleb. All you have to do is email support@adafruit.com and say, hey, it's Caleb from New Jersey, and I won product number P3205. Just tell them it's number 3205, and the support team will get you your pack.
So the number is?
3205. 32.
Yes.
05.
Okay.
That's
thank
it.
you. And what's the email address?
Support@Adafruit. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, thanks, Caleb. Have a great night.
You too.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Sweet.
Good work. And that was the show tonight, everybody.
Yay!
Okay. Well, we're here every week. We'll keep doing this as long as y'all keep wanting us to do it. Code is Radiofruit. 10% off in Adafruit store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Don't forget. Celebrates many of the fine people who work here when you place an order. Makes them know that you care. Check out Adafruit blog. Yesterday was Ada Lovelace Day. Got a bunch of stuff going on. All I can say is there's so much good stuff coming ahead.
Yes, including these amazing stickers.
Yeah. I've got the top secret vault is getting bigger.
I know, that top secret vault is amazing. Those nozzles.
Gonna need a bigger boat.
We need a bigger vault.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody.
Nozzles.
We'll see everybody online. We'll see you in Discord. Don't forget, the party never ends. You can hang out and talk with people that are super chill and interested in doing electronics and more together. Adafruit.it/Discord. That's where we're all at. And we'll see everybody next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks to all the Adafruit team members, both here and far, and of course, the community people that seem to be pretty cool on this crazy adventure called Radiofruit. I mean, Adafruit. All right. Here's a picture of Mosfet the cat, and here is your moment of Zener.
Good night, folks.
Thank you.